Carlee Russell. I am fighting here. It is now 7:15, so I don't have that much daylight left, and I really want to talk about this chart. I really want to study this chart. I've been fighting with my computer. I don't have it set up. I don't do this, but I've been following the story, and all my predictions are always right. Although I didn't have a chance. For her, it was pure fluke, and just two and two just didn't put together. But I really want to take a look at this. I really, really want to get into this. So I need to get into this because I want to post this tonight, and it just seems impossible. So we're gonna have to jump into her chart, guys. So in another video, this is like my fifth attempt, and I've been trying and I really want to capture this live analysis on my part, on my behalf. So anyways, her moon in Pisces at 5°33. Saturn is retrograding. Kind of blocked her emotions, I think. Like she was in there was no emotion, there was no empathy that went into this decision, and then you have the node changing in Aries Libra on her Saturn Libra axis, caught with in the Grand Cross with the sun at 29 54 Cancer opposite her Uranus. So she has a sun Uranus opposition. No, she has a sun Neptune. A bit of delusion here. She has a sun Neptune natally, and then Pluto just retrograded on her Neptune. It's not at 28 degrees yet. I think it's still in the last degrees of 29. It's not at 20. It hasn't retrograded back to 38. I think that's something that we're gonna be seeing this summer. But still, nevertheless, it's on her the Pluto. We also had a new moon. We just had a new moon in Cancer that was opposite to Pluto. That's opposing her natal sun, opposing Neptune in Cancer. She got caught in that Grand Cross. Her emotions got blocked. Her Venus is retrograde. Oh my God, what a chart! Venus is retrograde at the moment. She has a Venus in Leo at 29.58 degrees, and I think that is the degree where Venus is gonna be retrograding, or is it gonna be 28.07? Because my Mars in Leo is at 28.07, and then my North Node is at 27 Leo. So and I'm getting sort of caught in the North Node Mars. I'm putting effort behind the scenes on something very Leo. I need your attention, ladies and gentlemen. Leo and Venus in Leo. So anyways, let me do this quick before I lose the light, okay? So yes, and then she got, I was looking. Of course I looked at this chart before. She's got this hold on a second, we're gonna do it. Yeah, well, I can. So she's got this Mercury, Venus in Leo opposite Jupiter and Uranus. This is a very air. Not only is it a very mental decision, right? You have Uranus and Jupiter. You have Uranus. You have Mercury, Uranus, Mercury, Jupiter in an air sign. This is somebody that is she understand. I mean, she's not. And then it's opposite another fixed sign, Leo. Mercury in Leo. Her Mercury in Leo can get her pretty, because it's fixed, right? She can come to conclusion and get quite fixed on them, right? And it can become a burden later on because it's a fixed energy. At the end of the day, it's a fixed energy that needs to be the center of attention. So basically can never be wrong, because it's a Leo energy, and it's too big to fail, right? And it's a fixed energy too, and the Venus in retrograde in Leo. This Venus, she needs attention. It's her moment. Venus is gonna retrograde. Venus retrograde in Leo is the moment. Besides that, Sun Pluto positions, Pluto retrograding in Capricorn, opposite Sun at the moment. That's huge energy. That's my dad's energy. I don't know if he's born before noon, he's a Cancer. If he's born afternoon, he's a Leo. And it doesn't matter. There's a Venus retrograde in the house of Leo right now, and if she's Leo, and if she's Cancer, then you have the Pluto opposition Sun. That's a very revealing of an underground power that she has received. That Venus opposition, her delusion, brought us collectively into exploring a theme of underground activities, of kidnapping. That is so Pluto, the collective. Where is the collective at the moment? Where is the Sun? Where is the collective at the moment vis-a-vis of these missing men and women? These are underground activities that we don't talk about, that don't come to the surface about. These are behind the scenes activity. It's not 12th house, but this is very Plutonian. This is underground activities. And another thing that I had noticed was her delusion got acted out. Her Sun Neptune got acted out in that Sun Pluto. She got caught in that. She got caught in there's a lot of energy triggering her chart. I told my sister this the other day. I said, in those new moons, I don't really pay attention to the new moons, because there's twice a month. There's so often, they don't, unless you are caught in a Grand Cross. Unless you are caught, it's like getting caught in thunder, right? The energies are you channeling. You're a conduit. You're gonna act out. It's a one-time thing, though. It's an impulse. Like, you're gonna be prompted to act. It's not an eclipse where your life is this is life changing for her, absolutely. This is, she's in the front news of everything. But you know what? I was also catching another story on Six Buzz. We are talking about underground activities, right, behind the scenes, and things that we don't expose enough, things that we don't talk enough. It was on Six Buzz. A car auto theft ring got dismantled, that it was all Punjabis, and it was a trigger to that Punjabi community, right? Very, this is an underground activity, stealing cars to put them on boats to send them to third world country and parts, the car trafficking ring. That's a very underground activity. That's very Pluto, and right now we have the collective against watching another archetype coming to life, collectively. The Sun, us, we are looking at those, we are faced, this is a Sun opposition. We are faced, with these underground activities who are coming to the surface, right? Now it's us versus us, but she is the moment, though, because when you think of with all the studies I've been doing on this Venus retrograde, is that this is a revisit of societal acceptance, a societal, what is the word? Agreement, something that we had agreed on. There's there's a revisit of a certain archetype, and in this case, it's on social agreement, and we've seen it with the little Nile in France. We've seen this uprise. The uprising in France was also coincidental with France being on fire the whole year. I was there at the beginning of the year, and there was and then there was a strike, and then there was the garbage, and then, but France, I love them. I love French. It's their national sport. They don't have a choice. But anyways, I digress. Let's come back to her. She is that portal, so let's explore this. There's so many little archetypes in her chart. Poor girl, because her life is going to be changed tremendously. I know this is a one-off, but fuck, man, what a way to, wow. And then the moon in Pisces. She got her moon in Pisces and south node in Pisces as well. And although it's never gonna go to 22 degree, actually Neptune is gonna retrograde to 24 degrees. Yeah, because it's not coming on my sun until 2024. But I don't know if her south node also got pulled into the story, because her south node is at 22 Pisces, her north node is at that 22 Virgo. So Virgo is the impulse of wanting to do good. Like her soul really, really, really wants to do good. Like her soul, like she wants to be of service, she wants to help, but she has this really funny energy. She has a lot of opposition. Let me take a look at her chart from the aspect. She has a lot of oppositions. She has moon square Pluto, Venus square Pluto, a bit obsessive. A bit of obsession here. Mars trine Jupiter, I like that. I can put her in gear. That Mars Saturn opposition, it's like she wants to do, but she's definitely confronted. Her Uranian, she's confronted. I have to finish my sentences. She wants to do something, but she is confronted by authorities, being her elder, wanting to do right by her family, being a responsible, mature. Otherwise, her Mars in Libra. Her Mars in Libra. Well, that doesn't mean that Mars in Libra is not competent. But that Mars Saturn opposition is like that pedal to the metal. I want to go on being refrained, stopped, delayed by something. Almost like maybe her whole life, her desire to accomplish more has been challenged. Mars Saturn opposition is somebody that wants to take action and that wanted to be brave, maybe, and she's always got conditioned by society or her family or someone in authority in her life. Something stronger circumstances, not necessarily authority, not necessarily her parents, not necessarily her workplace, not necessarily the government. Saturn, right? But yeah, there's that bit of a struggle, between what she wants to do, keeping a good balance between both. What else do we have? We have Mercury trine Saturn in Aries, yeah, and her Mercury in Leo, yeah. Okay, so there's a structure of thought. She's not dumb. She thinks. She thinks. Her moon was no, there's nothing opposition in Virgo. Doesn't her? Who is her moon aspected to? Oh, her moon opposite Neptune. Okay, square Pluto. Yeah, we said that, and then the rest we don't know. Okay, Mercury, Saturn, Mars, Jupiter. Yeah, but when she was ready to take action, Jupiter will come and land. And Jupiter is in what sign? In Aquarius. Where is the ruler of Aquarius? Saturn. Saturn is in Aries. Saturn in Aries. Saturn in Aries. There's a reception. Is there? Saturn is in Aries sign. Saturn rules Aquarius and it's in Aries. But we don't know what house. So what's the point? We don't know what house. And then Saturn and Jupiter. Oh yeah, and they have a sextile. Okay. But we don't know who is. Okay. So yeah, so Jupiter has a sextile with Aries. So whatever Jupiter wants to do, it has the benediction from the host. Okay. But we don't know in what area, but it's a Jupiter in air and with an Uranus in air. So this is someone that is thinking. Jupiter expands, not necessarily in her but because of the Mercury across though. Because of the Mercury across. I have that actually, that Mercury, Jupiter. I love to ponder on the meaning of life. Mercury, Jupiter opposition. Yeah, I got that. And then, what's better than that? Because mine, I think is a bit too philosophical. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wish I had something like a Mercury, Uranus, but that can spark. I've seen it in people. It can spark original and strange ideas. Okay, Uranus in Aquarius in an air sign, absolutely. But it can get pretty obsessive as well. You know what I mean? Like it can get pretty obsessive as well. It can, because it can be constantly jolted. She probably would have been continuously stimulated, bombarded by this idea, because it's also the strike of genius, is the electricity, right? Oh my God, I met someone like that not long ago, and oh my God, he didn't know that, but at the end, like, I only met this person for 2 days. I couldn't deal with it anymore. Like, it was self-fabricated ideas within his head, but he was also borderline genius, because you have the Mercury Uranus, although it's not an exact aspect. It's in opposing houses. One is in Leo, Mercury is in Leo, and Uranus is in Uranus. There's still that exchange within the house. I don't know. I would say that the exact aspect of opposition actually create an actual event. Can I say that? And if it's just two planets that are in opposition, but not by degree, maybe it's an energy that is up for interpretation. That if you want to use it, if you understand it, you can use it to your better. One is either like a fixed event that's actually going to take place, or is it a fixed characteristic that you actually have, and then the other one is more like something that you have in your possession, that if you want to rely on, you can. That's how I read those energies. I love doing that. I'm like, you know what? I know, because I know, like, if I want to press on my Mars in Leo, if I want to press on that gas, if I want to press on my Jupiter, if I want to press on my Venus in Taurus, if I want to press, you know what I mean? And sometimes I see things like that, I'm like, yeah, it's there in reserve. Anyways, and Sun, what a fascinating little character in a sense. Sun opposite Neptune, man. Any Neptune contact with the Sun, especially hard aspect in opposition, I hate because Neptune is delusion. Neptune is Hollywood. It's a big smoke. It's it's not. It's ephemeral. It's when I look at those performers, like Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Celine Dion. When I look at this big performer, I always look at them like, I love the performance, but I always say show business. Like, you're not gonna get me. Like, this is show business. You're putting on performance. You worked on it. This is an act. you know, that you do at perfection over and over and over and over and over, you know what I mean? So whenever I see that, that's Neptune to me, you know, like this is really not what the person is presenting. It's a dream. It's an amazing dream. Neptune, modern ruler of Pisces. Although I don't really believe in that, but in the modern rulership, in this particular case, sometimes I can see it, you know, Neptune, Pisces. Yes, glamour, 1920s and the 50s and the pinup girls, you know, like glamour. You know, this is someone who goes through perhaps life with a certain delusion, you know, like glasses, you know. I'm scared of that Neptune energy. I'm having Neptune is gonna conjunct my sun next year, and I've been the past 3 years of anxiety because this can make the Neptunian glass pretty thick, you know, and you're not realizing, you know, I mean, we all live in a certain reality. All of us, our realities are unique to us. What we see, our experience, how we're going through life, what we interact with, it's all unique. It's an experience. It's a reality. Social media is another reality. We are, you know, to me, we are the AI of another reality. We have a lot more independence, you know, but, you know, we still, this is not a coincidence. This is very well regulated, you know, set of laws that we are in. And but with people with any type of Neptunian contact can be going through this particular reality that we're in with an extra layer of you know what I mean? They also of thick glasses, you know. There's a lot of confusion. That's why you find mental health, you know. You find mental health. What else do you find over there? I forget. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, drug and alcoholism. That's where you find, when, you know, with Neptunian, especially Neptunian Pisces. You know what's funny? A lot of people have said at first that she had a hallucination, and I even made fun of it. I call it the hologram baby on the side of the road, the hologram baby AI, you know, that no one else saw, that no one else reported, you know, but you, right? And there's no other sighting, and there's no camera sighting of there's no camera sighting of her abductors. So like, you know, the story at face value, and then you came back home, they let you go, you know, there's a lot of deception. That's so Neptunian, deception. But deception is also part of your identity, because it is in opposition of her son, but it's in opposition of her natal sun, and it's expressing itself, and it's in she's sun, and it got caught in that Pluto's quick. Wow, what a trigger. So the sun Pluto position line right there and triggered her grand delusion of underground activities, you know, Neptune delusion, underground activity, Pluto. And in her psyche and in the collective, it's and we lined up, we played in her fantasy, she played in our fantasy, you know, our biggest fear, you know, what triggers us the most. She went to the Pluto, man. She went to dig something. This is so Plutonic, you know, our biggest phobia, our biggest fear, you know, and in all communities, you know, because you also have the other publication, like I saw it on CNN and I saw it on TMZ, and she's really getting the headlines, but is it just for the hoax of it all? The fact that she went to touch such a sensitive subject, such as missing women, underground activities. Oh, we don't want to hear about it. But right, missing women in certain communities. That's just vile, man. Fuck, she's vile. Holy shit. Oh god, what a Venus retrograde in her charts. Like, I don't know what houses. This is what's really bothering me. I don't know what houses. What a fascinating way to express how the archetypes came together. But there's a lot more. There's the Saturn, her emotion, she blocked it out, and I don't know if it's playing out yet, because her Saturn is, I think, at 20 Aries, whereas although the eclipse of April 19 were at they were at 29 Aries, the nodes that just shifted, you know what I mean? So there's nothing yet at there's nothing yet at 29. But there's nothing in her chart at 29 degree, but there is at 20 degree, and that's a pretty important planet. That's Saturn. Saturn who also trines that Jupiter there in air. Saturn, we don't know what is ruling, but Saturn is in Aries, and Saturn is in Aries, and when there's a grand cross, it's you don't know if it's splashing the whole house or it's very degree specific. There's some transits that are very degree specific. One of, like, the Pluto retrograde. Pluto's not gonna retrograde past 27 something, because I'm 2811. So, but I know, but it's not gonna impact the people at 13 degrees, right? No, Pluto's coming back just for us, just to finish our story. Like, it's not the whole. I hate when they do that on YouTube. Oh, for all signs. Yeah, but not all sign is really. It's like, not that everybody gonna get caught in that energy. But in her case, it really encompassed those degrees, and she's in action. She's impacted. She's in that story. She's drawn into that story. Let me rephrase that. She is that story. She embodied that story. She embodied the story of these archetypes, and we embodied it as well. I love when we bounce off each other like that. It's amazing. It's amazing watching. Because it's on all. And then with the Venus retrograde, what do you want? What do you want? She has a Venus in Leo. Venus is retrograde for the first time in 8 years in Leo. What do you want? Par for the course. It sucks, because I know that this is not something that she would do twice, but that one impulse is gonna cause her. I mean, we're gonna see, right? Because there is a change of norms, there is a change of acceptance, there is a change of, so we're gonna see what what people think about this today. This is bringing back so many different little conversations on the table as well. Let's not forget that, right? Let's not forget that. What else is playing out in her chart? What else is playing out in her chart? And then there was the new moon. When was the new moon? Let's take a look at the new moon. Let's take a look at the new moon. When was the new moon? The new moon was on July 17. The new moon. The new moon. Transit Saturn at 6. But then again, I don't have her time of birth. I don't have a time chart for her. So I still have her moon at 5 degrees. That's because I don't have a time birth. I just put 12 noon. So it could be 11. Or it could be that those are the type of charts I hate. Or it could be early degree Pisces. No, late degrees Aquarius. Then it will put her moon, Uranus, Jupiter in that Uranian house. That's a lot. Your moon next to Uranus, opposite. Having your moon next to Uranus, opposite a Mercury. But you know, as erratic, as emotional as erratic emotional being as that can be, there's tons of people who have that. There's tons of people who, so it doesn't, but there's tons of people who have mental health issues as well, right? Yeah, I think Beyonce's a moon Uranus as well. Erratic. I always thought like she must be not manic, but maybe, but more sporadic. But then we might think it's funny because she was saying something about I saw a clip about her talking about her leotard for single ladies today, and she was saying how her mom made it the night before, and I was like, don't you have a schedule? Like, you're the great Beyonce now. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I saw. Or maybe Uranus. Oh, this girl, she is having Venus in Leo, like that is such a Venus return. Like I mean, look at this, right? Poor girl. She needed that moment. She needed that attention. You know, she needed that valuation, that reevaluation. You know, that Venus in Leo, I am the star of the moment. You know, Venus in Leo is very Hollywood actress. It's very Venus in Leo is Sophia Loren. Is Sophia Loren Venus in Leo? Venus in Leo is very femme fatale. It's very you know, it's a woman who takes the center stage for her. You know, Venus in Leo is not the sun in Leo. Venus in Leo is not a sun in Leo. Fuck, guys. We gotta go back to her chart. There's so much more to talk about. There's so much more to chew on. Such a Venus. She's the center of the story right now. Venus retrograde, and then it's gonna station. On the 23rd. So this story is gonna die down a bit on the 23rd, 22nd, 23rd. And then it's gonna go back and review, maybe reinvestigate. No, but it's definitely gonna review this person again. We're gonna look at her. I think she's gonna be in our collective till if she's playing the Venus in Leo character, she's gonna be in her consciousness till September? No, October 10th. October 10th or October 7th? October 10th, right? She's gonna be there till October 10th. We're gonna talk about this. Is a subject, you know, especially when Pluto's involved. Its involvement is never for 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that is coming out to the surface. This is one of the last institutions that Pluto, when you think about it, that Pluto that retrograded in Capricorn was to finish, to destroy organization and industries, and a setup, the patriarchal setup, under which we've established a lot of modern Western societies, right? And we had the subprime mortgage at the beginning of 2008, just when Pluto ingressed into Capricorn, and then it went into Aquarius, and on March 23rd, and I forget when it's station retrograde to start going back. But now, not only station retrograde in Aquarius, it went just at the very, 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 very beginning. I think it went to 10 or 15%, 0.16 minute in Aquarius. It didn't go too far. But then there was this eclipse. I think it was when April 18th. I did the prediction for Drake. There was that was a grand cross too. That was another grand cross that was playing out that weekend. It was the AI scandal. It was the AI when AI popped out with all these different songs, all these different remixes that UMG and Universal. I don't know the different label. Excuse me if I'm butchering the name. Universal and UMG, je sais pas, label houses, record houses, and Drake and AI. They all went to sue the AI company. I'm like, oh, that's so funny. Oh, I should tell that story one time. Maybe. We'll see. And then my prediction came right. I was looking at this scenario, but I didn't know it was going to play out, though. I didn't know what was going to... I wasn't really reading at the chart like that. I'm not going to put this segment in. But there was an eclipse then that was playing out. And I wasn't sure it was gonna. I'm like, no, this is part of the story. Like, his chart was reacting so much. I'm like, no, this is part of the story. And then you're gonna get upset on this date, and then and then after that, there's that square to Natal Pluto. It's very funny, very interesting. So this girl, this is not an eclipse though. This is a grand cross. But this grand cross is jam-packed. It's not a grand cross. It involved the luminaries and the nodes, and the nodes, and then she has and then the nodes. The change of people's preferences and tastes. The nodes have changed, and they're going over her Saturn, her Saturn, yeah. They're going over her Saturn, I'm trying to see if I can find hold on a second. Oh, here, the retrograde planet 2023. Saturn. No. What was I looking for? Till July. Oh, Venus is retrograding all the way to 12 degrees. Wow, all the way to 12 degrees. That's far. All the way to September. So we have the whole summer. But it's 40 days, right? It's 40 days, right? Wow. 42 days. She's retrograding for 42 days. And that's a Venus superior cycle, because it's 42 days. I bet we can tell. I can tell the time. No. How do you read if it's superior or inferior? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear about this. Yeah, I can't tell, but I also don't know why I'm looking for this chart. Okay. Anyhow, so she's got what a fabulous chart. Okay, what else does she have going on? What else does she have? That Venus retrograde. What a story. And then the new moon of July 23rd sexed out her north node in Virgo. Maybe she had the opportunity. I don't know if she took it, but the energy was so potent on that day. I mean, you know, she was being activated. Her lumen, and what was being activated was very powerful. You know, transit Pluto on her 20. This is permanent as well. You know, transit Pluto on her natal Neptune. Yeah, transit Pluto on her natal Neptune. I had transit Pluto on my natal Neptune on eclipses as well when I bought my condo. And my Neptune is in the 4th house, and they gave me Pluto on a Neptune on my dream house. I love this place. I love my condo. It was a condo of my dreams on Neptune. It was a condo of my dreams. I had fantasized about this place, you know, and I still turn around and I'm like, well, fuck, I love this condo. Like, you know, it's very Neptunian. It is true. Yeah, it's a lasting structure, you know. It's a lot. I think maybe she's gonna get inscripted in the psyche of American. Maybe you can see that story in Hollywood play out. You know, this got a very, very strong Hollywoodian laying. The girl came back home. She just knocked out her. She turned up. You know. Yeah, you can see that in Hollywood, right? Yeah, I can see that. Of course, Netflix. I don't watch any. I'm not subscribed. It's very boring to me because I like studying this. I like studying the archetype. Okay, what else do we have? That's the Pluto opposite her sun. Embodiment of underground activity, personification. You know, you want to be, but you also wanted to stay at home with your parents, you know? And you see, like, it's funny because I said her parents are in denial. They're in denial. Like, you can't even, like, they willingly, like, if they even knew what they look like. But they were in denial. Like, I knew they were in denial. There's no way you're seeing this and you're thinking, oh, yeah, this is okay. You know, like, her parents were in denial. And especially her mom. I think her mom was in deep denial. And Neptune, transit Neptune is trining her son. Is trining her son. Her transit Neptune is trining her son in Cancer. Cancer is her mother energy. You know, this is family. You know, this is the people who are taking care of you, right? Although that's your identity. Like, come on. I love this chart. My God. And you know what? There was also that. There was also, you know, the transit Mars opposite her moon. You know, the action is how the action. The actions are not how she would normally, you know, behave. You know, this is opposite her moon. This is, you know, transiting Mars is opposite how she truly, I could say that, yeah, there was a tension of character, and then there's this Venus retrograde that exploded. Transit Uranus is, but that's something that has what is coming up, and her mind is being challenged with Uranian themes of scarcity of resource. That Uranus in Taurus, And everybody, everyone is talking about how they want to assign resource like this to black people, people of color, missing black people, or underground activities. Like it won't be assigned no more because no one will believe you. Your lies. This is Neptunian. This is deceiving. I'm surprised that I don't see Neptune, Mars. Neptune is in Pisces at the moment, but Mars, those are deceiving actions. Neptune, Mars. No, there's no Neptune, Mars. But her Neptune is in Capricorn. Oh yeah, her Neptune is sitting. Pluto is sitting on her Neptune. Oof. Wow. Is this exact? It's gonna go retrograde on her Neptune. No, there's no mental illness here. Wow, what a layered individual. I mean, we all are, right? But to see her receive the energy of the moment, encompassing, and then we are, but those girls, man, we have Breonna Taylor, Sandra Brand I saw the other day. There's always a justice demanded. Those people, they we're not gonna talk about Black Lives Matter, but they black. I don't know. I cannot say. But I do see cases. It may not be at the Gabby Petito magnitudes, but I don't know. Maybe it's never enough. It doesn't matter how much you are located. It's just never gonna be enough, right? All right, let's keep going here. There's a lot going on in her chart. Lilith. Why is Lilith in Leo conjunct her Mercury? Why is she embodying mentally this energy? Lilith in Leo. The theme of Lilith. And then the Venus retrograde. What a forbidden child. What a forbidden character she decided to play. It's Lilith. The myth of Lilith. You're gonna have to. I don't want to get sidetracked, but you're gonna have to look this up right now. And the myth of Lilith is in Leo right now, and it's conjunct her Mercury. That's another fascinating aspect. It's opposing her Jupiter. Lilith in Leo is disturbing. She's demanding. Oh, wow. Transit Chiron is sitting on her Saturn. Collective wound is sitting on her Saturn. Not only is it collective wound, it's also such a taboo subject, such an underground subject, that Pluto there. Or is it that's another thing that's interesting. Or is it an institution? Or is it but it is organized crime. It is organized crime. Or it's Pluto in Capricorn. It's organized crime. Organized crime. She's been planning this with all that air energy. This is no. She thought about this. She thought about this. When I'm thinking of the search bar, like the fact that she didn't think that the search bar could reveal, the fact that it was so poorly researched. The nodes are squaring her sun, where the collective consciousness is trying to go. The node that just changed signs, that squaring her sun. The node is the collective consciousness where we're trying to head to. It doesn't, yeah, I think she's gonna get a backlash for that delusion. I don't think people had time for this. I don't think it brought us so much fears and so much subconscious fears, of the worst thing, of the worst Hulk, and you wanted to be the center of attention by any means necessary, and you went to get, yeah, you really went to touch on something that collectively you went too far. This is extreme. You played an extreme role of an extreme fear of a collective. You really risked, yeah. I think they're gonna make movies about this. But that Saturn on her moon, that's blocking her emotion. That Saturn on her moon, that's blocking her emotions right now. And the she doesn't feel anything. She's shut down. She's acting opposite than how she normally acts. She's acting different than how she normally feels. And right now she has no emotions. Right? What a role. What a role to play. Because to her right now it doesn't matter. She could get incarcerated. She could get whatever. It doesn't matter to her right now. And she used her parents. Yeah, but the way she's seeing things right now it's also very her mental is very Mercury Uranus. Her mental is also her processing her information. How she's processing is also very Uranian concept. And Uranus is very important in her chart, by the way, because she has that natally. She has that Mercury. It's by house. It's not by degree. It's by house, but it still plays out. It still played. It's playing out right now with Mercury conjunct squaring her Uranus at the moment. Absolutely. Yeah, she has it natally. Wow. What a bold action to take to play this huge role that maybe is going to expose underground activity and a whole ring of that society need to disregard as well. I don't know, maybe considering, are there really as many children missing as they say? Maybe consider that question as well. I'm not saying that they're not, but is it possible that there is also a whole industry behind it that we need to look into and discard, perhaps? Because that same Uranian thinking is also trining her North Node. It might not with her current thinking, but somehow, some way, her soul direction wants that, is supporting that, right? There's so much to impact in this chart. And of course, yeah, Grand Square energy on a new moon. but it's really hitting our chart. These are not little planet. These are not little transit. This is very conversation of the moment. I mean, we see it, right? We see it, but I hope I can. My phone is dying, and I'm at 1 hour already, so I'm gonna try to charge it a bit, and then I'm gonna try to talk some more.